Why should you do an audit in SAP? Hey, do you know the fairy tale of the three little pigs? They are the three little pigs, Timmy, Tommy, and Jimmy. Each has to build their respective house. The first two build it of straw and wood respectively, while Jimmy spends his time building the house of bricks and looking for ways to make it as sturdy as possible. Surely, you already know how the fairy tale ends. When the wolf comes, Jimmy's house turns out to be the most effective. Let's find out in this video why you should conduct periodic SAP audits and how they should be done. Hi, my name is Andrea, and today we're going to talk about why it is useful to carry out SAP security audits and how this process should be done. SAP isn't secure by default, and this depends mostly on how you configured it. Security sensitivity is definitely subjective. It is often very low. However, some reflections might lead us to think differently following what Jimmy did. For example, many security features are not active by default in SAP products. New systems protections features are introduced during updates, and they must be explicitly activated. You don't always have a sense of what users are doing in the system, especially what they shouldn't be doing. Having an external judgment of the degree of security maturity of a system is certainly better than not having one at all. Often, after installing the system, periodic safety audits of the system do not occur downstream of the project. Yes, of course, this is not the case for everyone. For publicly traded companies, there are more or less rigorous external audits, while some companies have an internal audit team. But for many companies, this does not exist. However, the data that are present in SAP management system of publicly listed multinational corporations are in fact equivalent to those present in a medium to small company. The bill of materials of a confectionery product or the technical drawing of a ship are very critical data for a company. At any time, they could be exposed to a risk of misappropriation. How is it possible to mitigate this risk? One way is to conduct periodic focused audits on SAP security issues. These can be more or less complete, meaning from verifying the authorization model adopted to how and if security measures have been defined, going through the segregation of duties audit of activities. Clearly, each company, depending on the data it needs to protect and the means at its disposal, must decide how far to go. The audit allows to have shared control parameters that provide insight on the system's health. For each action to be checked, there must also be respective actions to be taken on the system in case of non-compliance. This allows the possibility of initiating a remediation plan for resolution in the case a non-conformity becomes evident. It means not just fixing what transpired, but figuring out how to prevent it from happening again in the future. The security audit can be the start of an awareness project on the subject or a periodic snapshot to see if there are discrepancies from the defined procedures. I hope I was helpful. Remember to subscribe to our channel if you still haven't. Follow us on LinkedIn, and don't forget to subscribe to our blog www.aglea.com/blog if you want to receive periodic updates. Contact us if you want to discover how to improve your SAP system security. See you soon. Bye.